We're looking at JPY, so the Japanese yen. We discovered this yesterday. If this is going down, that means Bitcoin is going to be strong. That's what that means. So if we see a little bit of this, ooh, then we're going to know that Bitcoin is actually strong. See, I'm learning the movements as well. Why am I sinking a little bit? Am I slouching? Let me jump up a bit. So even if I'm slouching, it's alright. So the Japanese yen, if we zoom out, is absolutely bleeding. Holy, when's this from? 2021? They are printing out there in Japan. They are absolutely printing. Right, Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin saying? We're going to look at a few interesting graphs today as well, supporting my bias of Bitcoin coming down potentially to 40k, which is why I have sold everything. Which is why I have sold it all. Yeah, so the stochastic RSI are going to flip over. It's probably going to head bearish. We may go for another double top. Maybe even a triple top, who knows, like here. But one thing we do know is that there is around about 54k, around about this region here, we have what we call a CME gap, which hasn't closed. So if that hasn't closed and Bitcoin needs to come down to around about these levels here, what do you think is going to happen? We're going to go like this, and either we're going to head higher, or we're going to go like this, and we're going to actually, in fact, it won't go like that, it'll go like this. Something like that. And then I think the bull run will start, because it has to. It doesn't make sense for anything else to happen. They're going to cut 50 basis points again. That's the prediction. If we go over to, let's pretend like I don't steal thumbnails. Okay? Let's pretend like you haven't seen what you've seen on the screen, and we're going to go to Fed rate cut probabilities. I think it's this one here. The next formal meeting is in 46 days. But what are the probabilities? Everyone has this little probability graph going. I think it might be that. Yeah, so the meeting time is November the 7th. 54% are saying... This is way too complicated for my eyes. I don't think we're actually going to be able to get a probability tracker, which is going to be frustrating because it makes it easy on the eye. Let's see here. Because we need to be able to see this. It allows us to see what's going to be going on. Never mind. I've butchered that. Odds of change. There's a 60% chance that the Fed will cut rates. F off. By half a point. That's the old one anyway, forget that. Back to the analysis. So yeah, basically, at the next meeting, I'll just explain it in my own terminology rather than visually. The chances are they're gonna actually cut rates by 50 basis points, which is half a percentage point, which is crazy, which means something financially is messed up. Something is messed up, which supports my thesis that this is going down before we go any higher, and then it's going to be, I'll show you exactly what it's going to be. If we go down here, this is what you're going to see. This is literally what you're going to see. If my thesis goes correct, you see something like that, up only. That's what you're going to see. It might actually happen quicker. It's going to go like this. Like that. It's going to be a V shape. It's going to be like a band-aid. Nasty recovery. And from there, We're going to see like 70, 80k, something like that. Something crazy. Crazy numbers, man. Absolutely crazy numbers. That's what we're going to see. We're actually going to leave that on. We're going to see if that comes to fruition. All the way up there. Right now, we're going to be looking at Omikami because it is Omikami's birthday. We are aware of this. And Omikami's tanked on his birthday. Can this come around to this level here? Can it come down to a level which we want around about here? Can it come to this zone? Can it actually come to that zone there? The second zone would be around here. That's a riskier zone. This is a riskier zone to buy. The safe zone would be down there. But like I say, if Bitcoin does come down and wants to play ball, that would make life a lot easier. If it comes down to around the blue area, about 20 million market cap. Let's have a little look at Twitter on Omikami really quickly. So if we search, we're going to have a little look at, in fact, when Laffy posts, you have to look at a Laffy post. Let's have a little look. 10-minute audio recording is enough to develop your thinking so that you can achieve the best profit, God willing. If only I understand what he's going to say. It's no point me even looking at that. The actual Omikami account, 1.2k followers, that is all. Wake up, Neo. Do you know what it is? The Matrix. It is time to wake up. For real, man. That's facts. Absolute facts. But when we're looking at Omikami today, the actual token, it's time for you to know who I am. He is the one. Get ready for a spectacular rise. Huge market capitalization. Will be one of the major cryptocurrencies on the market, alongside well established. Bro, he's definitely behind the project. I can only show you the door. Get ready, the game is about to change forever. What if everything you knew was about to change? You know this is only heading in one direction. Omikami's going to the moon. Let's have a little look over everything else. I don't do price predictions, but I know when something's a good deal. Currently Redo. Yes, I like that. Redo and Ton are very heavily linked. Sometimes they don't even move with the market. It's very, very weird. What sort of zone would we be looking for on Redo? What sort of zone would we be looking for? That would be incredible if it comes down to this zone. That would be incredible. But you start DCAing around here. That's what I am. Don't. Look, I am a financial advisor. However, I ain't taking responsibility if you lose money, if you're a loser. I only support the winners. And you know, if I get it around here, I'm going to be dollar cost averaging and I'm going to be very safe and careful. And I'm going to watch Bitcoin and see what that does. And then I'm going to offload and have stop losses depending on what the market is doing. So you don't have my mind. So you don't buy this garbage. Because meme coins are garbage. And if you invest in them without knowing what to do, you deserve to lose your money. Simple, man. What about Ryujin, Omikami's brother? That's also dying. Good, we need it in this zone. Even lower, potentially. Even lower down here. DCA in there. This can go up to 22 billion. That's what his target was. Ryoshi's target was 22 billion for that. Let's look at Ton because it's heavily linked to Redo. That's crazy how it's gone up all the way from up here from $2, bro. That is crazy. Imagine if it corrects to there. I don't see it happening, but just imagine. That would be beautiful. And what other meme coins am I looking at, Brett? Even now, Brett, though, I think Brett's too high of a market capitalization, even though I think he can fly. And the amount is actually dropped from here. If we check this here, it has dropped by 58%. 58% drop on Brett. That is crazy. Wow. And it might even head lower. Problem is, right now, these are literally a falling knife. Can carry on going. Who knows where the floor is? Then it might rebound. But who knows where the floor is? You can't catch that. We don't know for sure. Right, let's look at fear and greed. Because Bitcoin is at nasty levels, man. 63k. Neutral. Yeah, we might go up a bit higher then. What about the liquidations on the 30-day? On the 30-day time frame, what are we saying? On the 1 day, it's fairly even. You have no idea where it's gonna go. What about the 7-day? A lot more people going long on the market, which means it's probably gonna go lower. And if we have a little look at Twitter, I did have a few things bookmarked. So let's start with this here. So don't forget what happened in 2018. Everyone was calling new all-time highs while Bitcoin kept making lower highs. A bearish structure was being formed which ended with a big capitulation. We're seeing something very similar on Bitcoin at the moment on a technical perspective. Is this time different? So what you're seeing here is literally 2018. He said 2020. And when you look at that, literally capitulated, lower, 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 low, halved in price. And what's happening this time? People are saying the same thing, new all-time high, new all-time high, new all-time high. Are we just waiting for that capitulation? Or are we actually going to go higher? It needs to capitulate before it goes up. Another one, 67k is a big level for Bitcoin. A rejection from there can quite easily lead to 42k. Remember that there is no certainty for traders. We look to structure trades with appropriate sizing and limited risk with asymmetric risk reward. That's all it is, risk reward. That is a beautiful graph, by the way. He's looking at Fibonacci levels, even though I don't believe in that garbage. He's thinking it's going up to 68k and then rejecting. Does he think it's going to go up to 68k? It could actually do us all dirty. He's right. It could fake out and come down to 42. That would make sense. Because then it'll get all the market, it'll all, yes, yes, let's go, let's go. It's going to like new all-time highs, just to capitulate to 42k. Where massive resistance. Yeah, bro, if it drops to 42k, I might go only in on Bitcoin. Sui is the chosen one this cycle. The signs are obvious. The vibes are transcendental, and groundbreaking releases are being pushed every week. 4 billion market cap is early. You still have the opportunity for generational wealth. 20 to 30x is realistic. I am max bidding. What y'all doing? Nah, man. No way. I don't believe in the Sui hype. I do not believe Solana's going to 1k. Now that is more of a possibility. Right, let's have a little look at this, guys. We have to have a little look here. She's made a little thread. I hope I'm wrong, but for me right now, as I see the situation, this is my main idea. I would only invalidate it if we have a breakup of 65 to 7k, 67k in the form of a candle. As long as it doesn't happen, the pullback from 0.618 is too obvious for me. That looks perfect. That actually looks beautiful. And that's exactly how I think it's going to work. Yup. Yup. I don't think we're going to hit a bear market, actually. But that could easily happen. He thinks the top's in. But then he's also got a good graph. The graphs just look good on paper, right? Who knows? Then his second one. Time has passed, and I think this makes the most sense to me right now. And I think Brutal BTC think the same, don't you? Bro, if that happens, that's messed up, you know. If that happens, that is messed up. We've all been fooled. Another one. Imagine the CME gap, because there's a CME gap open at 54k. I did mention this before. 54k CME gap. That is brutal. That is going to get filled as well. That is going to get ripped up. 54k. That's a 10k decline. So no one will ever tell you this, but I will. There's so many rubbish crypto projects out there. Nearly all of them are. All trying to capitalize on the new money entering into the space. They're profiting off FOMO, selling dreams they'll never deliver. Most of them will fail. Don't fall for the noise. 95% of these projects will never deliver before they even start. The difference between those who make it and those who got is simply the ability to separate hype from true utility. That's why I've got a team of researchers. We don't play games. We dig deep, do the hard work, and cut through the BS. We make sure what we're buying is a real deal, not some pump and dump scam. You're either smart enough to see through it, or you'll get burned like the rest. The choice is yours. And it is. The choice is actually yours. What are you going to do? APT, Sui. He thinks top is near. Me too, man. I hope it is. Nuke BTC looking for this trade. Needs confirmation. Will post soon. Holy. It hasn't been bearish, you know, my timeline. Not this bearish. For my 2024 market predictions, I want to spend some time talking about the probabilistic distribution thinking and expected values. One of the things that frustrates me the most is that Finwit participants are dogmatic in their views and express being either bullish or bearish, up or down. Markets are inherently uncertain. In my opinion, absolute thinking gets crushed. It is much better to adopt a probabilistic distribution of outcomes framework that can weight different views appropriately. To show this way of thinking, I want to break down my 3 possible outcomes for 2024. Crack up deficit spending, induced equity boom. Debt financing leads to currency debasement, leads to the markets booming. Yeah. In this scenario, I view a 70% probability of SPX ending 2024, 25% higher from here. Okay. Number 2, inflation rebounds, making the Fed hike again and crashes during duration, leading to equities retesting last year's range low. I view a 15% probability of SPX ending minus 14% lower from here. Classic growth slowdown accelerates into end of business cycle recession. I view a 15% probability of SPX ending minus 20% lower. So the 70% probability is 25% higher. Based on these three scenarios, my expected value probability weighted outcome for SPX to finish 12% higher from here. Okay, therefore I'm very bullish in 2024 despite thinking there's a 30% chance of the market having downside. From here, I can then allocate my portfolio allocations approximately in size up longs, but also if I want hedge out the other scenarios but can still long hard in 24. No one is consistently always right in markets, but by applying probabilistic thinking like this you can gain a much more holistic and effective view of the markets. Have a great holiday. Yeah. You have to look at it on a probabilistic standpoint. BTC's short still here. First TP 61.3, then I'll wait for a reaction. He's not wrong, man. It's all probabilities. Risk versus reward. You need to see if the risk is worth it. That's all that matters. Sui will flip harder. Sui's moving exactly like Solana. I don't like this. That's how you know the top is near. But it could fly. It does have an opportunity to fly. It's moving exactly like Solana. 2021 pump. I'm waiting for a small pullback. I'm going to buy Sui at 135 and 120. If there won't be a pullback, I'm buying at $3. Post $3, I expect a phenomenal pump. Time will tell. One of the biggest bull traps I've ever seen. The crypto dog knows what's going on. The crypto dog. Time will tell. And we're ending on this one. One of the biggest bull traps I've ever seen. That's mad. Is all coins flying though? Actually, let's check United score as well. 0-0. United is so bad. You're actually starting to feel a bit sorry for him. It's getting to that stage. Now let's check my portfolio real quickly. And we'll also check what the hell is trending as well. I am a human being. Let me in. It's not showing no trending. Gainers and losers. That doesn't even make sense. Oh, okay. The biggest loser's Omikami. Wow. That is crazy. I knew it dropped, but I didn't know it dropped that much. It might be an entry, man. Wow. I hope he doesn't post. Hope he's forgotten. That'll give good prices. Might be time for an entry, man. Oh yeah, here's my portfolio. Ethereum's kind of going up. Solana flying, usual. Pepe flying. Dog with hat flying. Aerodrome flying. Punky flying. Billy, phew, 100%. 109% on bite. Wow, you see what the winners this cycle, man. Holy. Myra 29%. Bird Dog on base 300%. What about Myro? 7.5%. That's mad. Right. That is me done. Stay safe trading. Do your own research. It's always risky. All these markets are. Be careful. But that's why I think it's going to go down. We may even head into a bear market. Who the hell knows? At this point, we're just vibing. Because I ain't even in the markets. I do what I want. It's crazy. But it's stress free at this point. Right now, we're chilling, stress free. Beautiful.